Hello YouTube, welcome back to Tea Time with Mr. T. I am Mr. T, your host. And today we will be reviewing the 2019 Shan Golden Prosperity Pig Cometh. I think is what it's called. Let me check here. Yeah, 2019 Shan Golden Prosperity Pig Cometh zhuan. Alright, got everything rinsed, so it's a new format. We're just going to focus solely on the tastes and other things to do with taste. And that was the salt truck going by. As you know, most of the country is in a winter thing going on. This will be the first infusion. I use 6 grams for like 140 milliliters. These, once they're rinsed, are pretty dark. Darker than some other zhuan I've seen. So I'm guessing it's probably a different production method. So I know I look fat with this, but oh well. Brews out pretty dark for being only from 2019. No, go. From 2019. Sorry, that was my cat wanting to jump up on the desk. Let's give this a try. You know, this kind of tea makes me feel at peace, you know, rest. But sometimes it's also kind of invigorating, depending on who makes it. Very yeasty in smell, but it seems to be very sweet at first steeping. It's a sweetness on the tongue, on the tip of the tongue. I wouldn't say it's like on the sides of the tongue, like some sweetness are in the back. Very good. Surprised, you know, the first time I had this, it was even fresher. It was back like 2 years ago, a year ago. I don't know, something like that. I think it was the first one I'd seen, or something like that. Very chocolatey. This smells very chocolatey. Very chocolatey, earthy, and yeasty. It's good stuff. Very good stuff. It's got a little bit of a minerality to it, you know. I think this tea would probably be good with, don't want to say a donut because sugar covers up the flavor, so I would say probably something like toast and jam, maybe some bacon, stuff like that. It also apparently cuts the fat. Little tiny hint of fruitiness and sourness there at the end. I'm brewing this at 208. Very mushroomy, but sweet at the same time. Also sweet in the back of the throat now. Not a hint of bitterness yet. Has a slight, gentle sugar taste, smell, I mean. Kind of drying a little bit. I expect that to go up with each future brewing. You know, during times like this, it seems the best to have a glass of hot coffee or hot tea. You know, I seem to think that it's my kettle boiling. Sorry, but it seems to be like if you're gonna have tea though, you're gonna want something darker and stronger in the winter than you want in spring and summer. You know, spring and summer, you want something light and gentle to refresh you, but in the winter you want something to renew you, and that's what I think these kind of teas do. These heicha. In fact, fucha was the first heicha that I had that wasn't like a very well known one. Still has that very strong chocolate smell to it. What do you like? Do you like heicha? I mean, is it something that you enjoy? Do you like zhuan? If it is, shoot me a link, message me, whatever, and I'll have a discussion with you about it. I like to think of myself as a heicha expert when I know I'm really not. But it does help one to have something to look forward to. Brewing up very dark. It's darker now. It's not really black. It's not black. It doesn't look black. I mean, it's just the way the light is hitting it. It's not really black. If it was, I'd be very interested in it. But it's 2019, so I thought I put my. I guess it doesn't matter. You know, a little hot, but the grassiness is starting to come through. Maybe a slight hint of like a licorice kind of flavoring or star anise. Very calming and satisfying. It's very, you know, it's worth it. It's worth the try. This tea has a moderate amount of a moderate amount of caffeine, I'd say. I may not get more than 3 or 4 steeps, 2 or 3 steeps for this video. I'm trying to keep the format where it's low. I'm trying to keep the format shorter than what it was. This tea has a very famous production story. I remember it was I can't remember I remember it was originally made in Shanxi, and when Chairman Mao, or one of the chairmans, had had loved the tea so much that they moved the production from Shan to the town that he lived in. And I think it was somewhere in Anhua or Hunan. I'm unsure. I don't really know the story very well. Sohan can tell you it better though. He's from he runs the Tea House Ghost Shop, Ghost Web tea thing, review site. This really helped me today. I wasn't really feeling up to doing it, but now. Also, I'm not drinking this out of porcelain yet, because I had it out of porcelain. It was very, very bitter for whatever reason. But I'm using my clay pot now, and that seems to cut down on the bitterness a little bit. It was a medicinal kind of bitterness, not really very pleasant for me. I mean, the tea is a great quality. Shan makes good product. I'm not saying that they don't, but in my case, I found this one to be a little bit bitter if brewed in the improper vessel, like porcelain. I think this would do best out of a stoneware kind of vessel or a clay vessel. I think that you'd get a lot better, and boiling, obviously, since that's one of the things they do with this tea. Mushroomy for sure. Little woody taste. Try to get at least one more in before the video ends. Seems to foam up quite a bit. That tells me either there's pollutants in it or there's a lot of sugar in the tea, a lot of saponins. Let this one sit for a little bit longer. I want to push this one a little bit and see what I get from it. Yeah, I know I changed my look since the last video I did, but I just got tired of, I couldn't figure out how I wanted it. I have the hardest time with that. This tea though, I bet this would be good boiled. Not had it with milk and sugar. I don't intend to either. I think that's ruins a lot of teas, to be honest, is the addition of milk and sugar. A lot of Chinese teas. I mean, I've had a few black teas that it really worked up well with that are from China, like the Mao Feng and the Wuliang, or what was the name of that mountain? Not Wuliang. Some very big mountain. Ilau. It worked with that too. I can't seem to find my Ilau anymore. This one will be extra good. Very steep now. Very, very. Well, it'll be stronger. I won't say a lot stronger. Excuse me. I noticed though with this kind of tea, these fermented teas, if they've got a little bit of age to them, they might just help with your stomach issues. Because I drank a zhuan for like a week solid once and didn't change anything, and I kind of felt like I was doing better off stomach wise. It was very it seemed to help with a lot of my gustatorial issues or digestive issues. So I would recommend it for that. Plus it goes good on a cold day. It's very warming. Liu Bao, on the other hand, is a cooling tea as I understand it, but this tea is very warm. Qi wise, Still a little hot, but it's getting wood, kind of like pencil shavings, like, but not in a bad way. Well, would I recommend this tea? Yes, I would recommend it. What would I rate it? I'd give it a, for as far as Fucha goes, I'd give it a 7. As far as caffeine goes, I would give it a 5 or 6. But I would definitely recommend it to try this. This would be a great entry to Fucha if you've got the right brewing vessel. Like I said, clay or stoneware. So, that's been my review. May you find peace, happiness, tranquility, and calmness in your tea adventures. Namaste.